everyone, welcome to Inticast Lab. I'm your host Deepika. Welcome back again with yet another super informative and important topic for all the IoT aspirants. That is IoT for predictive maintenance. Predictive maintenance has helped many manufacturers and OEMs with the ample opportunities by helping them to reduce the production time, machinery downtime, and reduce cost by improving the production efficiency and lot more. To talk on the same, we have the esteemed industry specialist and speaker, Mr. Kamal Rupareliya on the show today. Hi Kamal, welcome on the show.
Hi Deepika, it's pleasure to be here again, as usual.
I'm also glad that, and I'm super excited to get the insights from you and likewise my users too. So, just all those who are newbies, can we get started with what predictive maintenance is all about and how does it help the industries?
So, industries, everyone is struggling with the maintenance. Everyone wants to reduce their operational cost, and maintenance in whatever form, either proactive or reactive, we can call it predictive. It is an expensive for any companies.
Correct.
Um, so predictive mainly it falls into the proactive category. When it goes into the reactive, then of course the cost is always higher.
Hmm.
Even in proactive, there are a couple of areas: preventative and predictive.
Hmm.
Preventative comes with its own baggage because it requires a certain process to be followed, and predictive maintenance is an area where we actually try to predict where the fault will occur or where the some kind of change in parts or anything required, and we try to do before any breakage happens in the productivity.
Correct. Yeah. So if I talk about like traditional maintenance process, like it has evolved over the past decades. Initially, the age of the machinery that was counted for the maintenance purpose, that is not the case right now. And if I just share about the numbers that we have, according to the research, like only 18% of the machinery breaks due to the age and 82% due to the another factors, right? So definitely the age is not the only factor for the maintenance purpose, and there are other. So likewise, you also mentioned about the predictive versus preventive maintenance. So one is like on the timely basis, and another is based on the findings and everything that is available, right? So what all the benefits does it offer to us? Why one should go for the predictive maintenance?
So in preventative maintenance, they have to inspect actual area on regular maintenance. That requires most of the time actual human eye or somebody who is knowledgeable about it, and in certain cases even machines can do it, but still that comes at the loss of current productivity for sure, and it has a operational cost involved. In traditional maintenance means, like, it's a reactive based. When something breaks, they send out people and replace the part. So that is not very much productive nowadays.
Hmm.
In predictive, what the main purpose is to avoid the failure of the parts, or avoid the stop of the productivity or machinery or any kind of equipment. And the way we are doing it is that we assess the current state via sensors or any kind of mechanism, and we compare with the similar data, that
Correct.
if this has been wearing out at certain pace, then it would last maybe in certain more cycles or certain more batches, and
Right.
then the replacement or any kind of service is required. So that is how predictive maintenance is winning over preventative or traditional maintenance.
Correct, correct. And likewise, we mentioned it is helping in terms of cost reductions and resource optimizations and all other things, right? So if I wants to know about like how does it actually work and what are all the process involved in it?
So main thing is, in area of predictive maintenance, we need to inspect, so capture the data from the machine itself. It can be in different forms. Either it's a telemetry data in continuous form or periodical data that is stored. Then once the amount of data has been stored, like with a certain interval or certain time period, then it gets evolved against some scenarios, like ideal case scenario, and comparative measurements against other similar conditions like weather conditions or machinery that operates with that pace or amount of time it is active. And then we have to calculate the probability that, okay, with this probability, with this pace, if the equipment is being used, the part may fail at certain time. So maybe at this time replacement or some kind of inspection, or maybe certain services required. So that's
Correct.
how, um, I mean, in very simple terms, that's how predictive maintenance works.
Correct.
There are a lot of benefits. With the help of this, we can optimize the efficiency, we can extend the equipment life,
Hmm.
um, we can make the operation lasting longer, we can have the production cost is decreased overall. So lot of benefits with predictive maintenance.
Correct. Yeah. So, and like you mentioned about the process and everything. So, any components that are covered into it, any technical aspects that we need to consider?
Yeah, so the main thing about predictive maintenance is the sensors. Sensors that has to be placed strategically, and sometimes in vibration, temperature, certain ultrasonic sensor that can measure the depth of the equipment, um, pressure. All of those parameters need to be measured with the use of proper strategically placed sensors. Now, sensors also requires the data to be sent into certain location, probably cloud.
Okay.
Appropriate alert has to be generated. The data should be stored and analyzed efficiently so that it can measure against certain criterias.
Hmm.
And the most important part, and that has been growing right now, is like some kind of algorithms, machine learning or AI based algorithm that helps collect or analyze data from different sources and gives probability analysis about the longevity of the equipment or when the equipment needs to be replaced.
Correct. Correct. Yeah. So, there are multiple industries where we can implement it. So, what are the actual use cases of this IoT into predictive maintenance for multiple industries? Can you share some examples of it?
Of course, I mean, anywhere equipments are used, and we are surrounded with machines, right? So anywhere the machines are there, equipments are used, predictive maintenance is key.
Hmm.
The biggest and foremost is manufacturing industry. Now, manufacturing can be of anywhere.
Hmm. Hmm.
It can detect anomalies. It can find out the problems within any equipment in manufacturing line.
Right.
Uh, then there is no end. The transportation, the energy sector, healthcare, any you name it, like agriculture, HVAC systems in building constructions, everywhere predictive maintenance has become so much valuable nowadays.
Correct. Be it supply chain or logistics or
Yeah,
warehouses or anything like any industries that we thought of, it could be manufacturing or wherever the machines are
yeah,
used,
machines
basically.
are there where machines require
Exactly.
maintenance, and predictive maintenance proven to be very much better in the
Correct.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's the future of this? What are all the possibilities based on your experiences and based on the way you have worked with industries?
So evolution of the software has played a little role in making predictive maintenance kind of more productive and better,
Hmm.
but that the better is yet to come. We are just scratching the surface. Right now, most of the systems, even if they are predictive maintenance systems, those are working on their own like closed nest.
Hmm.
In future, the multiple sources will be combined to give the accurate prediction. For example, in one industry, certain type of machines are being used for
Hmm.
many years. If uh, a company that collects data from 5 6 different sources or 5 6 similar equipment owners, then they will be able to predict that, okay, out of this few thousand equipments, most of them last like 7 years. So 6.5 years, somebody needs to take a look at it and see it. So those kind of collective intelligence is, I feel like, next thing in that. There are data privacy and security concerns, but
Hmm.
with reliable software companies, and if you try to go with a more open system that is API based, where data accessibility is openly allowed, um, that will accelerate the predictive maintenance space, and then overall, cost of the manufacturing will go down.
Correct. Yeah. So I believe the synchronization between maintenance and software is much needed nowadays. And right. So like whenever one is going through the software development process, so is there a one software that fits for all, or do we need the customization, or what could be the thing for the audiences?
That's a great question. In current trend and industry, customization is the key. Every industry is different, and they need their own custom software. So
Correct.
I mean, when we are considering about predictive maintenance, the manufacturing and machine lines are very much specific.
Hmm.
So, like, if you think about our company at Intuos, we have created a platform that allows predictive maintenance to be enabled across the board. So
Correct.
we can utilize that kind of platform, but on top of it, whatever software needs to be done, that has to be customized.
Correct, correct. And definitely based on the customization only, the manufacturers can optimize the possibilities and data and everything, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
because
So
it's
it's a great
closely,
thing.
I mean, predictive maintenance is closely connected with their own regular day-to-day operation as well. So that customization is necessary. We cannot
Right.
have off-the-shelf product and that can do it.
Right, right. So I absolutely have shared a very great insights. Just one question that I have in mind is like, does the companies also need the help with the integrations of that IoT sensors that they have implemented into the machines with the softwares that they are developing, or how it is actually working?
So, I mean, for me, if integration is required, means like they are not in right direction. uh,
Right.
Software and hardware has to be developed parallelly with
Oh,
very tightly integrated ecosystem. If it's afterthought that now we have developed the hardware and we need the software to be integrated, it means like we are having a lot of inefficiency within the system. So whenever they are designing their hardware or whatever sensor they are procuring, the integration of the software has to be there in the firmware design process.
right, right. I'm so glad to have all this information from you. Thank you so much for sharing this, and I'm looking forward to the another session.
Sure thing, Deepika.
Sure.
Thanks.
Yeah. If the audience would like to get in touch with you, I'm sharing your LinkedIn ID so that if they have any questions, they can reach out to you.
Yeah, you can share it in the comments.
Comment box. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
thanks, Deepika.